to prove that to you now, I'd like to give a speech. However, before I do, I'm reminded of a friend of mine who was married recently. And after he was married, he retired to his bedroom with his new wife, as Grace and Gary shortly will be. The mind boggles. And the new wife said sexily to the groom, "Darling, are you going to come inside?" That was quite sexy. So the groom was sitting outside of the bedroom. The new wife asked him if he would come inside, sexily. So my friend replied, no. He wasn't going to come into the bedroom because he wasn't going to be missing anything tonight. He was going to be staying up because his mother told him it would be the best night of his life. I thank my wife there for laughing at that one. She's here.
Yeah, I heard it before.
Which brings me to Grace and Gary. Ladies and gentlemen, this celebration of Grace and Gary's wedding is a bittersweet evening for me. Let me explain why. In 2008, Gary worked for Spotless as a manager in a new hospital contract in Bathurst. As it was a new contract, all of the existing staff needed to move across to Spotless. As a part of that process was Spotless needed to induct them. So run induction sessions with all of these new employees to talk about Spotless's culture and our rules, etc., etc. At that time in the Spotless office in Brisbane, I was the training manager. Grace Walker worked in recruitment, and Brenda Hockey was our boss, was the manager. Grace long said that she was chained to the desk. Brenda chained her to the desk. Could not let her go anywhere. Whilst I
travelled the world.
What's the word? Gallivanted around the countryside, conducting training sessions. So Grace long said that she was chained to the desk. Doing the training in Bathurst didn't excite me a great deal, so I didn't jump at it.
Oh my God.
Grace wanted to do it, and in Brenda's generosity, she said yes to Grace, and so off Grace toddled to Bathurst to run these induction sessions. God knows how many induction sessions with these crazy psycho health employees who were moving across to Spotless. So, ladies and gentlemen, my point is that it could well have been me that developed a close and physical connection with Gary. And not Grace. Is same-sex marriage legal yet? I don't know. That could have been what tonight was celebrating. Who knows? So the story continues that when in Bathurst for the training, Grace was having problems with the setup of her training equipment and would call on Gary Moore, the local Spotless manager, to come and help her, no doubt fluttering her eyelashes, I'm sure. Gary says that the technical problems were fairly basic, such as, get this one, the power not being plugged in. So it remains to be seen how many of the technical problems were indeed genuine ones. It was Gary who made the first move, offering the legendary Spotless Ron Hill hospitality to the trainer from the corporate office in Brisbane, which involved an offer of drinks and dinner. So the Brisbane lass down, the local manager, offers drinks and dinner to entertain her.
I don't always offer dinner.
As the night goes on. So indeed they did go to the Union Hotel in Bathurst. I've not been there, but I've no doubt it's a classy establishment.
It was $8.
So this evening culminated, would you believe, ladies and gentlemen, in a hot lap at Mount Panorama in Bathurst.
Pretty cool.
Although, of course, Gary driving a Ford, the wrong brand of car, of course, there was no chance of any winning action on that. I understand a quiet moment then occurred with Gary considering a kiss from what I understand the top of Mount Panorama, overlooking the stunning nightscape of Bathurst. So Gary considered a kiss, but the whole work thing got in the way, and nonetheless, that didn't happen. But he assures me, looking at me straight in the eyes, that Grace wanted it. Clearly, though, they got there in the end. Grace's work colleagues in Brisbane at the time, most of whom are here tonight: Brenda, Hannah, Carla, Amber. And I've missed some that started later, but at that time, I think that was the crew in the Spotless HR team in Brisbane. We're all thrilled to hear of Grace's stories of Gary and her obvious affection for him. After 12 years of Grace enjoying the single life, and let me tell you, she didn't enjoy it. Grace was clearly smitten with her new beau. Indeed, so happy that she had several trips to Bathurst in the weeks that followed her return to Brisbane. One of those trips stands out in my mind particularly because she was physically unable to come home. So I distinctly recall that she was able to show up for work on Monday because of a bad back. 9 weeks off with a bad back. I can only assume this injury was caused from Gary taking her on some more hot laps, perhaps in the bedroom. Within months, Gary had moved to Brisbane and had moved in with Grace. Doesn't muck around. However, around this time, a particularly difficult period for Grace was escalating, with Grace's mum's long-term illness getting worse, requiring Grace to provide daily support to her mum. During this time and after Shirley had passed, Gary demonstrated his true commitment by providing complete and unwavering support to her. Brenda recalls Gary calling her, so that's Brenda Hockey, our boss and Grace's close friend. Brenda recalls Gary calling her when things were particularly bad, asking Brenda to call Grace to provide the support that only a close friend like Brenda could. In a further deed of deep insight and commitment from Gary, on Shirley's last day with us, Gary asked her if he could marry Grace. Shirley was delighted. In my recent conversations with Grace and Gary, they describe each other as true friends with a deep connection. Many of us would appreciate the importance of a strong friendship in a successful marriage, so clearly they are off to a wonderful start. When Gary's asked to describe Grace, he said that she has awesome charisma. Everything just feels right. She has a fantastic spirit and soul and oozes honesty and integrity. Gary says that Grace is without doubt his soulmate, and we heard those sentiments throughout their wedding vows today. Although Gary does say all those things with the caveat that she does dribble on his pillow. His words, not mine. Grace says about Gary that he's a very generous man and demonstrated his undoubted qualities by supporting Grace so well during her mum's illness and passing. Clearly the sign of the man, which has reflected, therefore, on Grace's feelings towards him. Those tough times have clearly forged a close bond. Grace and Gary, as you embark on this next exciting stage of your lives, all of your friends and family here today wish you every success and happiness. Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, looks like it's me again. So look, I think we'll just be chilling out now. We need to think about cakes and things, so please just... yes.
It's all about you. It's all about you, mate. Go on.
Simon, stop.